Welcome to my channel, you guys. So today I am going to be doing a flip through of my journal for you. Now this is a journal that I've been working on for quite a few months. It's actually my first junk journal that I've ever done, and I wanted to do it on our Christmas Advent. And I usually work through that with my kids, and there is an adult section that I would like to do, and I thought that this would be a really good way to do it. So I wanted to share it with you guys, give you inspiration, maybe some ideas. I will have a picture here to share with you what book I kind of based this off of as I did it. But let's go ahead and jump right in. So this book turned out to be quite large. I actually used a composition book from the Dollar Tree. Right from the start, I want to mention that I use a lot of Dollar Tree items and items from Temu. There are a few items in here just from Hobby Lobby, and then some items that I've had around the house. Also, I have a homeschool room that we do homeschool in, so I have a lot of papers and things that I pulled from there and my daughter's things. And then also, I did some printouts from my computer. So I just put this lace around it just to kind of hold it all together because it's huge, and I just thought that it would be good to kind of tie it together. So this front cover, I actually got this fabric from Hobby Lobby during December, during Christmas time, and it was on a really great sale. I used some little 3D stickers of stars and just added to it. The little ribbons and things have been purchased from the Dollar Tree and things that I've just had on hand. I wanted to make a little heart here, so I just kind of did some tags. Starting off here, I didn't use this along with the book that I'm using. I just kind of went off of the genealogy of Christ from Adam to Christ, and then so I just decorated the front page here. I have this little flip paper here where I can write on with some washi tape and some verses. I have this little pocket here that I can put it in, and then I just decorated it with some little stars and just little rhinestones and twine. And then on this side, as you can see, I just used some I think this was actually from the Dollar Tree during Christmas time, and then I printed out this little family tree off the internet. I think I found it on like Wikipedia or something. I used some ribbon. Most of this ribbon again is from the Dollar Tree. And then I went ahead and found a verse that talks about the shoot of Jesse, because that's where Jesus's bloodline comes from David, King David. So I went ahead and found that and just framed it, and I ripped it and I distressed it so it'd look old. I used some more ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I cut out like this little Bible from a not a newspaper. I think it was my Bible word search that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. And then I just found some stuff on the internet that kind of went along with it. I made this little stamp out of hot glue, made this little pocket, and just put some little papers in here. These papers were from Hobby Lobby from years ago. I purchased it when we were working on Christmas projects with the kids. This is just a little paper clip that holds this flap up, just a little journaling space for myself to write in or write on. On the backs of these is where I figured I could write. This page doesn't have a whole lot of space for writing. It was just more of like an introduction to the book. And then here we have the day one of my Advent. And so I just kind of made like this little flap here. I collaged these together on my computer with the 7 days of creation here. And then here I just found this, printed it out. It's the Trinity, and I glued it to some scrap paper here. This is a little word search from the Dollar Tree. You can find really great word searches there. Not all of them are biblical, so you can do it how you please, but you can find different types of word searches and crossword puzzles. But I thought that this was cool because it's in the beginning, so it goes along with this day for Advent. And then I just used this envelope. I used the same paper for the inside so you can see it. And this just sits inside there like that. This is just a little shaker card with the day and the night. I just used a bag with some little washi tape and some like little it's not glitter, I don't know what that's called, but I got it from the Dollar Tree. And then I wanted to do a little pocket here, so I punched out some stars, you know, for the nighttime. And then this is somewhere to journal. I also made this little cloud to kind of go for the, you know, the sky and land, and then this little giraffe. And I just attached these little pieces of ribbon to them. So these just go inside this little pocket. Now remember, I've never done this, so this may not be, you know, perfect junk journaling, but it was so relaxing and I absolutely fell in love with junk journaling when I did this. So I've been collecting more stuff to do. I can't wait to do my own signatures. I've been collecting papers and stuff, books, so that I can do that. So my little rhinestones are falling out everywhere. The one thing with washi tape is it's so hard to stick down sometimes. I kind of had to glue it, and it still comes up. But I did coffee dye and tea dye a lot of my papers in here, and I did a lot of distressing with my Tim Holtz distressing. But this is day one, the light in creation. That's what the chapter is in my devotional. And so I just printed out some of the verses that I'm going to be working on. I kind of crumbled them up and distressed them to make them look old, and then I just stuck them together with like this little piece that came with like a greeting card, I think. And then I went ahead and just did this little, I don't know, I used a doily and paper and distressed it. I put the world on there because it has to do with the 7 days of creation. And then I did a printout of the song He's Got the Whole World in His Hands, because that's one of the songs that are in the actual day Advent, the first day's Advent. And then I went ahead and did this on my computer. I did God's hands holding the earth, and then I went ahead and printed out some more verses from the Bible, just distressed them, put a little ribbon on it, and I put butterflies on here just because I love butterflies. They remind me of my grandma, so I wanted to add that to here. And then I just kind of decorated that page. So moving on to day 2, these are actually tea bags that I used, and I just used them with like a glue and I let them dry, and then I put them on top of day 2 and the first sin. That's the name of the chapter. This is a song, Jesus Loves Me. This I know that they kind of refer to in this day's devotional. I put apples here because it has to do with the Garden of Eden. I found this picture here because it has to do, it's supposed to be like Adam and Eve with the animals. And then this paper, if you go to the Dollar Tree, they have an awesome pack of different types of crafting paper with different textures. I would say definitely if you're looking for crafting supplies to pick that up from there. It's really cool because it has like a thick texture to it. And then, so I turned that into like a pocket. And then I went ahead and on my computer, I put a snake around the apple because it has to do with, you know, the first sin. I have like a writing space here on the back that I just decorated with ribbon and an apple. Again, this is Adam and Eve. I found this printout online and I used a tea bag to cover it. And then I used this textured leaf looking paper just because it's the Garden of Eden. I figured that would make sense. This is the song Jesus Loves Me. So I went ahead and printed that out, kind of distressed it to make it look older. So this just tucks behind there. I used this doily. This is supposed to be Eve looking out in the garden, and so I just thought animals would be appropriate for there. And I just stapled that in with my stapler. This is just a Bible that I printed out and I put a little charm on there. This is a writing space. I added lined paper to it. I put lined paper here, and this is some verses I could write on the back if I choose to. That just pushes back into that pocket. This is like a little belly band that I did, but only one section of it is actually open to push that back through. I have a song here, Just As I Am, and then some verses that I used a tea bag with also, and I just put some little decorative stuff on there. Here is another word search, Eastward in Eden. I thought that one was appropriate. And then the other side here is still the Garden of Eden, and what I did was I just cut out and laminated an apple and put it on my large bookmark here that I've had for a long time. And then I had some fabrics that I wanted to use in here, so I found some pictures that made sense, so I printed them out on my computer, or their graphics. I did this myself, the Garden of Eden, and I had animals and I just attached them to these cool little fabrics. I thought it'd bring nice texture to the book, and then somewhere to write. And so these are actually attached inside with a little brad, but these are loose, and that is what this was holding. It was holding the paper and this from moving. And then I just stuck a sticker there so that when you move this, it wasn't blank. And then we have just different places that I can journal on: verses, thoughts, prayers, anything that I feel like I need to write down for, you know, my devotion to God. And so this is just decoration here. And then here's some verses that I'll be working through on this actual day through Advent. So this just attaches straight onto that to kind of hold it all in place. And next page here is my, what day is this? 3? Yeah, so this is day 3. It's inside the Ark, so I wanted to make it all about Noah's Ark. And so I found this on the internet and did it all myself, and I aged it. And then I did this little pouch. Now this little burlap pouch is actually a Christmas pouch from Dollar Tree, and I thought it'd be cool to use it, so I just found these on the internet and I typed that up and I put it on here. This little bag is actually from the Dollar Tree as well, and I just cut it, the back, because it was too thick, but I wanted it to kind of look like water, so I put that in there. And then I went ahead and found photos of pairs of animals. So like the donkey and the little sea otters and the tigers. So I just did different animals in pairs because that's what Noah's Ark is about. I really like the way it looks when you rip it. So I ripped these, I just put a little twine on it, and I put it in this little pouch. Now this was actually like a zipper pouch that I purchased a set from Temu, and I just thought it would be cute in this. So I added this to the little bag here. And then I have this little journaling page here that is literally just, there's like a playing card inside this, and I wrapped it just to kind of make it a little bit more sturdy. Oops. And then I just put this, and I actually try to use this on that part just to kind of hold it in place so it's not moving everywhere. And then this is just a verse that I did, and I wanted that in here. This is a verse we'll be working on. This is actually a sticker that I didn't use when I made my nephew's baby book, my godson's book. So I'm like, I'm just gonna use it. It's Noah's Ark, and it reminds me of him, so I put that in here. I put this on a 3D sticker. I cut it out. I found this photo online, so I just made it larger, ripped it, distressed it, put the little Noah's Ark here like if it's sitting on land when they, you know, got to land. So I just have a tag here, and then I have some verses, and then on the back of the verses I just put places where I can write. So I have those, more verses here. I wanted to make sure, you know, if I wanted to just read out of here, I could journal a little bit there. And then I wanted to make like shutters to the Ark, so I went ahead and I made these so that they open up. And this is day 3. It's when the dove gets the leaf from the tree, so everybody on the Ark knew that they had found land. And then this is the verse that goes with it. Well, the verses, and then this is where I can do some of my journaling. So I thought that that would be kind of cool to have it like that. It was really easy to do it kind of themed because I went off of each of the devotionals that I was going to be going through. It really helped my creativity on deciding on how I wanted to plan out each page or spread. So that's kind of what I went with when I was doing this. This is day 4. This is the call to Abraham, so it's all about Abraham's family. I did different songs that we're going to be singing when I'm going through this devotional. I have some papers here. This actually pulls out. I used just some of the verses stickers that I purchased through Temu. So this just pulls out, and this is just more writing. This is a blank paper from Coffee Dyeing. I used my coffee dye doilies. This is my hot, my glue stick, and I used a little bit of the fabric from my front cover. So these just get tucked away behind here. So this is a little frame that I got from Hobby Lobby around Christmas during their sales, and I used my little snap thing that you get. I got this from Temu, and I used a little snap thing, and usually you use that on like clothes, but it actually worked. So I went ahead and did Abraham's journey here, and then I found some photos that I thought would look cool there. So I went ahead and did that. I also wanted to mention, when I use like the hot glue, or for instance this button here, I only glue a little portion of it, and then I tuck whatever's there to kind of hold it in place. I've been seeing that on the internet. I thought it was pretty cool. So here is Jacob's 12 sons I did here, and then I just did these little tags. So this actually just pulls off. I glued the paper clip there, but like these can come off, and these are all the 12 tribes of Israel. So I did their little sign, and then I did their name, and I just added these little things to it. So we have that set there, and we have this set here. And then I have this set here. So I did it according to each like mom. And then I did the tribe of Judah just separately, because that's Jesus's tribe, you know, that he came from. So I kept that separate because I thought it was pretty special. And then this can actually come out, and I can journal on this, journal on the back. I just put a hole so this hangs through it, some fabric on the top. And then this is just a map of the 12 tribes of Israel. I just tucked that under there for decoration and just kind of hold it in place. And then I found this photo on the internet, and I thought it was kind of cool because it was like tents. And then I found fabric, I cut it out, and I glued it on there so it made it a little bit more realistic. And I wanted to add texture, and I just thought that it would look cool. So I did that, and I did these little paper clips so I can just clip them straight onto this here. And let's see. This video is going to be quite long, so I'm sorry for that, but I thought that maybe it would give you guys ideas, or maybe you would want to do your own Advent journal for Christmas time. So then this just right here, I have like a little pocket, and this comes out, and I can journal on this as well. So I put that there, and I just put ribbon so it made it decorated, or like decorative. So that could go with that side or this side. This is what day is this? Day 5. This is Isaac and the lamb. So I wanted to make this look like fire. This is actually junk mail, so it's an envelope that I just covered with material. I did the son and the dad, the cross, and then I just decorated it. I have some writing spaces here for verses or journaling. I have this picture that I found online. This actually pulls open, and I could journal here, and I did this little tuck spot here for the page so it doesn't get broken or ripped. So I just glued this and left the center open so you could tuck that. And then this goes along with that side, and I just found some verses that I thought would be perfect for it. This is Mount Moriah, so I wanted to do Mount Moriah in the background. I just did, you know, a little pocket here, and I think that this was an envelope as well. So I just have some journaling spaces. I have some verses here, or a verse, and then I just decorated that so that when this is here, it looks decorated. And then I have this that comes up, and it's a lamb. Thought that was really pretty. And then I have this song, Blessed Be Thy Name, and then I could write on the back there. So there's a pocket here and a pocket on the side. So I did some, I love the ribbons on the side and like tags, because you can see all down the side. I love that. So I wanted to do that on mine. Okay, so this is day 7. This is Joseph's Coat of Many Colors. I found this fabric at the Dollar Tree, so it's super colorful. I just glued popsicle sticks on here just to kind of make it thick and heavy, sturdy. I did a little belly band here with a verse that I got from Temu. This is another song that I printed out from the internet, and I ripped it and I distressed it. So I forgot to show you guys. So this actually lifts up, and there are some pictures that I found on Wikipedia that go along with Joseph and his colorful coat. I know this coat is a little crazy, but it's what I found when I was doing this, so I used it. This side here, I had a lot of fun doing this side as well. One of my favorite things that I did in here, but this is a little button that I just attached this ribbon because this is an actual book. The book looks a little strange, but it's from the Dollar Tree and it's Joseph's Colorful Coat. So I took the book apart, I took it out of its cover, and I literally just distressed every single page in here, and I glued it onto this. And then I put this ribbon behind it so that I could wrap this around it to keep it closed. And so this is just a colorful cardstock that I had, and I covered the front of it and I turned it into like a little pocket here. So I could put these little things in here. So this is a verse. I have the map here. I have some writing spaces. I could write on the back of all of these as well. And I just wanted like a little pocket in the front. This is one of the verses I'll be working on. I wanted to use some of the fabric from this side onto this side to kind of pull it together. So I just have these little pieces of paper that I found on the website that I use to create stuff, and I just printed them out and distressed them. And then in the backing here, I just copy and pasted some verses that I'm going to be going through. I do this day for Advent. And so I just ripped it and distressed it. I put some ribbons on this just to kind of add some stuff to it. That's it. So then going into day 8, this is Moses and the 10 Commandments. I knew I wanted to have the 10 Commandments on here and the burning bush and stuff like that, so I found this. This is them walking through the parted sea. I have this little doily that I folded over, and this is actually a pocket here for writing. So, and then I just I hole punched a little like textured paper and put it there so that it's a tab to pull out. This is a little pocket here. I have Moses parting the sea here, somewhere to write on the back. I have one of the songs, writing space in the back. I have like a little checklist, maybe something I'm going over for this day. And then I went ahead and found the 10 Commandments, and I printed that out, and I just put a piece of lace down the bottom, and I could write on the back of that as well. I used washi as a little tag, and then I used this sticker from Temu. Now I will say that a lot of the stuff in here is either printed out myself, purchased, some of it I've already had on hand. I did use some junk, but most of it's kind of new, and it was really hard because I was doing it like as a theme, so it was easier to find stuff to do instead of like using old envelopes and using old stuff that I already had. So I kind of had to purchase stuff for this, but I think as I learn more and get into it more and I'm able to collect a lot more of older items, it's harder for me to come across the older items. It'll be easier for me to put these junk journals together. So I'll be doing all different types of junk journals. But okay, so moving on, I went ahead and just printed this old looking book that says Exodus. It's like supposed to be a part of the Bible. I put the burning bush here. These are papers that I turned into, oh my gosh, I forgot what the word is for this type of paper that you can see through. But I went online and I found these, like the stones with the 10 Commandments in the Jewish language. So I went ahead and printed those out, distressed them, and I wanted to be able to see through it. I thought that'd be kind of cool, so I have that. So it looks like the 10 Commandments, then kind of like the hill behind it, and then you can lift this up, and this is where I have all of my writing, my journal spaces. Then I used my stamping from the Dollar Tree. I love the stamping. So that is my day 8. Here is day 9. It's Canaan, the promised land of blessings. So here's Moses and the 12 that went into the land of Canaan. And so I wanted to just base this page on Moses and the grapes and the 12. And so this was in a garden book that I had. So I went ahead and just ripped the page out and I put it on this paper so I could write on it. This was actually out of a book I own. It's all about the Israelites and grapes and pomegranates and how it's a symbol for them. So I did that. I have this page. This is a verse page from one of my little verse journals. And so I just decorated it. I used purple because of the vibrant colors of grapes and greens and greenery. And then I have this that I just kind of collaged. I forget what this is called, ephemera. I just kind of used scraps that I've had that I've been using throughout my journal. And so I have that. And then I use this page from my, my garden book. So I put that in here. And then on this side, this is actually a belly band that I did with my ribbon. And I printed this out and put it here. So I can pull all of these items out here. And this is the background I used is from my garden book as well. So I thought that that would be kind of cool in there. I took this and just kind of put some ephemera on it. I used a verse there. And then these are some verses that are in this daily devotional for this specific day. I have some journaling spaces. I used the fabric here for decorative reasons. And then this came out of a book that I got from the Dollar Tree. So it has the verse here. I just put a piece of paper and ribbon, like a tag, to kind of pull on. And then here's another verse on the back. And then this actually I found in one of my books. So I went ahead and used this. And it's just talking about Moses and going into Canaan. And to check out the land to see what the people were like. And if it was okay for them to go. So I just use this to tuck my little pages, and I take this one and I just go like this. So there's that one. The next page here is page 10 or day 10, and this is all about Ruth and Boaz. So I just found pictures with wheat because she had to go, and the wheat from Boaz's farm. And so this, I just used scraps and I just kind of collaged it together. This is some writing from a book that I have. So I have these different textures, and these were from previous pages. So I just used up the scraps. And then this is part of the scraps. I just hole punched like with one of the circle punches, just halfway. And then I took what I punched out and glued to the back. And I just put a sticker with, I think that I actually cut out of a book. It was in a book or something. Then I just decorated it. This is an actual envelope, like a junk mail envelope with the window. I just messed up on it, so like the window, you can't open it or anything. I did it wrong. I didn't do it how I really wanted it, but I still decorated it like it was a window. And this is Ruth and Naomi. And this is just somewhere to write. I have some more verses. I use this as like a little pocket here. This was actually from a book. I found this from Wikipedia, and this is supposed to be Ruth and that's supposed to be Boaz. And I pulled up information on them as well, and so I printed out the information that they had on Wikipedia and I put it back here because these are things I'm going to study when I do this page. And then I have just somewhere to write some journaling, a little tag with words from a word search on a tag. I have just some journaling space with a sticker. And then this is one of my word searches, and it's from Ruth. So I thought that that would be kind of cool with some journaling spots here on the back. And then, so what I did was this here, the words in the bold is actually the words that I'm gonna find on here. So this kind of goes together. And then how I did this, so this is a pocket, and then this actually goes up and this folds down. And I did the sticker with the wheat, and this is all journaling spaces. So that goes back together like that. Now this is day 11. And this is, what's the name? King David. So this is all about King David. Now I want to say this was probably my hardest space to do. It was really hard for me to figure out what to put here. So I just found a picture of Goliath and David. I have a verse here, somewhere for writing. Then I just decided, you know what, I'm going to use some of my scraps from this journal and I'm going to do a little piece of ephemera. I used my little bulb pin here, one of the charms I have from when I used to do jewelry. I found a photo here online, and then I just put some stickers that I had purchased from the Dollar Tree and some ribbons and washi. I wanted to put a sling here. This is a rock that I printed out so I could like write on the back. It's just a little pocket here. And then a little bit more ephemera there. I'm still learning how to kind of do the ephemera thing. I'm not great on it or at it. I wanted to use my music washi because David was known for his music, his psalms, stuff like that. So I found this photo also of Mount Zion in Jerusalem, so I wanted to use that. And then this is just a verse from the Bible with some journaling. I found this. That's King David playing his harp for the king before he was king. And then this is one of the songs that we are going to be going over while learning about this specific day in our devotion. And then I wanted to put a harp because that's what he played. And I put "It Is Well With My Soul." I used this sticker because I thought that that was perfect for David's. And so that is King David's. And then here, this is day 12, Josiah finds the law. I wanted to make sure to use a scroll. I actually used some of my son's pipe cleaners for his school. I used some verses in here from Joshua. This is actually not part of this page, but I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, on this side, this was pretty fun. So I knew I wanted to have a scroll that actually like opened up and tied. So I did this. This was from one of my like journaling books. And so I put verses that I'm going to be going over. And I just made myself a little scroll out of some of my tea dyed or coffee dyed, I don't know which one this is, papers. And it literally opens up so I can write in it. And I used pipe cleaners again. So I thought that that was kind of fun. So I had a lot of fun doing this, and it really just made me like research things and learn more about each of these stories. It was just, I loved doing this one. This journal was so nice and relaxing to do, and I think that's partly because it was for the Lord, and so it was really nice. Okay, so we'll just stick it like that for now, but this just tucks right into here and holds it in place. Then I have this little lace that's kind of like a belly band in a way, or like a little pocket. And so this all comes out. I used one of my little heart paper clips from Temu. This is a tag for Christmas time from the Dollar Tree, so I just cut it and I'm just using it in there to write on. I just have this little piece that I did like ephemera on with just different parts of papers that I've been collecting. I found Get God's Word out of a magazine, so I have that to journal on. This is just some, this is like a devotional from one of my books that comes from Psalm 119, 105, and that's one of the ones that I'm going to be working on with this actual day in my Advent. I have just some of the story from this particular verse. And then I was originally going to have this opened, and I did it too big, and I just said, you know what, I'm just going to fold it. So I printed out this Bible and I put specific verses in here that I'm going to be going over. So I have this just like this. So I just folded it and stuck it in here with it. This is something I got out of a book that I own. It's on Josiah in Kidron Valley. And so I just put all these things together. And I clipped it together so it won't be like moving all over the place. And I just stick this right in this little strap there. I don't know what that's even called. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know all the terminology yet. If you guys are still with me, I can't believe it. This video is so long and I'm so sorry, but this is so big. Okay, so the next one here is day 13, and it's the prophecy of the shoot from the stump of Jesse. Now, do not judge me. This is my stump, my tree stump with the limb, right? The shoot. Okay, so do not judge me. I am not an artist in any way, shape, or form. I can be creative, but not when it comes to drawing or painting. But I'm like, you know what? I want to do something with watercolor. So that's my best take at it, you guys. So I just left this like this because this is art that I did, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna be proud of that. So there's my stump of Jessie with the shoot coming out. This is actually a prayer card from Dollar Tree, and I loved the outside of it. It reminds me of like the palm, you know, the palm leaves that everybody was waving in front of Jesus. So I thought that that one would be really nice to use. I used these cool foil leaves. These are from the Dollar Tree, and they worked wonderful, you guys. This looks kind of weird, but I don't know. I had little flowers on here that we used for like Mother's Day from our kids to my mom like years ago. They were probably 2. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep this. So I took the little flowers off, and I'm keeping this in here just for, you know, for this reason. And then I just had one of these cards from Temu. I put some backing in it, and I used this cool, I don't even know what this is. It's from their floral section, like this cream stuff. I had it throughout here. I used it in quite a few of them, actually. Where is it? Like here. They have all different colors. I love it. It kind of has like a rustic feel. And then I thought this was appropriate for Jesus to go in here, so I put it there. Some spaces for writing, some more spaces for writing, and then just my little flashcard. Now those are from the Dollar Tree too. So, but look how cute these little foil leaves are. Okay, so that's it. That's all I did for day 13. Not a whole lot. So day 14 is Prophecy of the Lion and the Lamb Resting Together. And so I had purchased these envelopes from Temu. They're see-through. I forget what they're called. I used lace here. I taped, like used double-sided tape on the inside of the envelope to separate it. And then I put washi over it because you can see through it. And then I used this really cute washi clear tape here. I thought that would look really cute. I purchased a pack of these wooden lions. I think it's like lions and elephants. And so I took a verse that comes from this specific daily devotion, and I put it on here, and I just kind of like, I used Mod Podge, and then I kind of just like ripped the extra pieces off when I was done. I didn't quite fill it all the way up. You could probably tell. I tried to cover it up with these cute little rhinestones from the Dollar Tree. And see, it's one of the crafting wooden lions, but I thought that that would look really cool. So I did that. And then behind here, I just have this little paper pocket that I put together with, you know, little writing spaces here. And then on the other side of this, I just put some stickers because you can see through this kind of. I'll show it to you in a second. So this just goes straight back in here. The little rhinestones are making marks on the envelope, but that's okay. And then I did these little lamb cutouts. So I did different ones. Let's see if I could get that guy out. I don't know if he's gonna come out, but he's just laying down. And then I have this one. I'm not gonna, oh, I did put paper on here. I don't know if I'll actually write on this, but it makes it a little thicker. And then I did the same thing. So this is just, you know, a paper to write on, a little pocket so that you can see the color through this. Thought that that would be kind of cool. And so when you flip it over, you could kind of see the verse and the stickers. Yeah. So I went ahead and used some washi tape, and I used my colored inks to kind of like make colors on here to kind of go with this. I thought it'd look different. So I added some coloring to these pages here, and I used my stamp. So this opens like that. So it's like a little hiding spot. I love this picture of the lion and the lamb. So I went ahead and used some of my ribbon. This is ribbon that I've had in the family, so I wanted to use it here. So I went ahead and just did like ephemera on here. I don't know what all the terminology is, and I'm going to learn it, but I Mod Podged it on there. It's just all different scraps from all the things that I've been working on in this page, or I'm sorry, in this book. And then I took this little wood love that I used in the schoolroom with the kids for Valentine's Day, and I thought it'd be cool to have it in here as like a memory of them, you know. And then this is just a writing spot, and I have a little bit more ephemera back there. So I have that, and then I did another song with some writing spaces, and then this came out of one of my devotionals, and so I did like a little pocket in the back. So this is just to write a couple verses or thoughts, and then I just folded this and glued it to turn it into a pocket. There's some writing here, and then I also have writing on the back of that. So my little song, I put my little wooden love. This is from Temu as well, my little love thing here. So I did that. And then here's day 15, Prophecy of the Prince of Peace. I went ahead and hung like this little dove that I've had. I made a little corner pocket here. I have this from one of my scrapbook papers. This is another word search that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I just kind of decorated the back of it for journaling. I took some words out of some magazines I have, another song I'll be working on with this particular day. This is a dove ornament from the Dollar Tree, but we use these on our Advent trees with the kids, and so I wanted to put one in here. This is a crown that I actually purchased from the Dollar Tree, and I put a little pocket here because this is my belly band, but it's too loose, so the stuff was falling out. These are just things that some of these I took out of a magazine that I had. Like this is from a magazine I had. This is from a magazine, so I just put that on there. It's just talking about I am the bread that giveth life, so it talks about this specific verse. And then these are just different pages that I pulled out of that specific magazine. Again, I have that verse. This is talking about the vines, because this has to do with I am the vine. And then I am the good shepherd. And so, oops. And these are actually wrapped on bookmarks, like plain bookmarks. So this is I am the good shepherd. So I have the lamb here, and then these are lamb, if you could see. And then I have just one of the songs with I am the gate for the sheep, and then I am the way, the truth, and the life. So I have a song here that kind of goes along with that. And then I am the light for the world. That's a song that, see, the light that never fails. So this just goes behind here. So that goes like that. And then this is my day 16, Prophecy of the Gentle Shepherd. So this is actually a kit from the Dollar Tree from Easter time. I thought that was cute. And then this is Shepherd's Visit. So I just have pictures here, verses. This is verses, and I just put this behind there. So I can write on this one here. And then on this side, I wanted to make like a little staff. So this is a staff made out of a pipe cleaner, and I just wrapped it with twine. And then this is a little paper clip that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and I just attached it to my little bulb pin. And then I printed out this, or no, I'm sorry, this was from a magazine, from one of my Jesus magazines. I printed out Understanding the Story. This just talks about the shepherds. And I have this from a book or from the internet, I can't remember, but I printed it out. And then here is a spot for journaling. I have the lost sheep here, and then a verse and a verse down here. Okay, so this just goes back onto here, and then I use my little staff here to clip it. And then this just hangs down the side. Let's put it up a little bit more. So this just hangs like that. And then we're moving on to day 17. This is Prophecy of the Suffering Servant. So I have the old rugged cross. Writing can go here, writing can go here. This is my little belly band, or it's more like a pocket because I glued it here, and then I just have this cross here. This just folds open, and then it has that, you know, I could write here, I could write all around here. but I just put some little decorations on it. And then we have day 18, Prophecy of the New Covenant. This is actually from the Dollar Tree, Love Grows Here. I just, you know, distressed it. I used a ribbon that I've had in the family. I used my doily hearts and I made this into like a little pocket. And then I punched out these little hearts and glued them onto there. I'm thinking that this might have been from Dollar Tree. It's like foam. I can't remember. And then again, I used one of these here, one of these here, and then I put a verse. I used the beads here. These are from the Dollar Tree as well. This is a little pot, like a little bag that I bought from Temu. I hole punched a heart out of here. And then so this is just a piece of paper so you could see through it. And then this is writing space. I put this little heart pick in here. This is actually from the Dollar Tree as well. It was like in a pouch or a bag with like pink and red. I put the little music notes back there. And then I also put this, I wanted to kind of match the colors. So this is from Temu and I just glued them together because I thought that that was super pretty. And so this just goes back into here. And then this is actually a bag and I wanted to distress it and it was really hard because the bag is like shiny. So the distressing was rubbing off. So I actually Mod Podged it. So it is a little sticky, I feel like, but this lifts up and then I have my Jesus Loves Me. My daughter actually colored this for me. I don't even know when. And so I glued it onto this cutout heart so I could write around here. But this is actually a bag that opens. So this can open up and I can put stuff in here. Right now I just have this. It's just a little tea-dyed pocket. And then this is the paper that I punched these little hearts out from. So I just put it on here. I kind of put a little ephemera right there. And then this pulls out. So I could journal on this and I could write on that. And this little red fabric is from Dollar Tree too. It came out around Valentine's Day. And all my little flashcards or index cards are from Dollar Tree as well. So this literally just folds back down like that. And there we go. And so this is like a little tag. So the next side here is my day 19 and this is Prophecy of Bethlehem. And so I just put like this little wooden bead here at the top of this ribbon. Now this ribbon was a handle from a Dollar Tree gift bag for Christmas time and I took it off the bag and I just knotted this at the top and then I had this cute little wooden cross charm and I knotted it at the bottom here. Sorry for the noise, the puppy's waking up. So I put a song back there. I decorated this with ephemera that I've been saving. And then I made this envelope with my little envelope maker. It was so easy. I'm going to have to share it with you guys and show how. But this is a button that I just put upside down. I distressed it and I put these little rhinestone type thing pearls on it to decorate it. But this actually opens and I have the verse here and then I have this that pulls out. And this is a spot to write on. And I just put washi on there so that it's easy to pull it out. And this just tucks at the top of this button. And then this pulls out and I have some more verses here and some more space to write. So over here, this actually is another paper clip. So this pulls off. These are photos that I found of Bethlehem and I printed them out and I attached them to paper. I put some washi here. I used one of my little tags from Temu and I put a little star on there. I think these stars are from Dollar Tree. And then when you flip it over, I just have some papers from the Dollar Tree, some paper that I had left over from this, sticker, ribbons, washi to hold it down, little washi's here. And so that goes off to the side. This background is actually from a Dollar Tree bag around Christmas time. And then this is paper from Hobby Lobby. This was off of a bag that I cut out. And then I just used lace. I put some decorative stuff here. but these are actually little pockets. So these pull out, they have verses. I added like little rhinestones to it, but I could write on these. This tucks there. I put some really cute decorative ribbon that's been in the family. And then this pulls out also. So they're like little tuck spots, little pockets. So this goes right back onto here. I didn't want to put too much on that page because I just love the way the bag looked, but I wanted to make sure to have somewhere to write, so I added this to it as well. Okay, so the next page here is the exile for day 20. And so this is all about them in the fiery furnace. So I always say fiery furnace, but it's fiery furnace. This is all about understanding it, the furnace, what it actually looks like. And then this is an envelope. This whole thing here is an envelope. This is the window. So I covered it. I put a verse here. It looks like fire. I used tissue paper that I've had. I just bunched it up on there to make it look like fire. This folds open. Okay, so this is an actual envelope. And then I used one of my little envelopes and I folded just an index card that can tuck in here. This is a spot for writing here. And then I put the story here and I just attached it with this washi and it just folds over. And this, I just decoupaged it because I'm like, I want some texture. I want to just be creative. I want to show history. I want to show things kind of that are present, you know, in some of the places there. So I did it so it kind of folds up like that. So that is day 20. We're almost done, you guys. So day 21 is the return to the land. And so I just did things having to do with rebuilding Jerusalem. So I found photos in a book that I have. I did this, kind of made it like a bookmark. Put the index card. I made little pockets here out of these pictures that I had cut off of this page. And so this is like stuff that's recent that I wanted to put in here that kind of explains stuff, because I'll be reading these when I go through it and actually do this day in my Advent. And then this folds up and I just put some more information here, just kind of decorated it, and I have spaces for journaling here. So I have this little tag to turn. This is day 22, the star. I found this online. I really liked the way it looked because they're walking into Bethlehem. We have the star there. I think I printed this out from the website that I use, or the, you know, the creative website I use to create stuff. I don't know what's on it. Maybe the ink from this. But I just cut out some of this and put it on there to add a little bit more. And then this is actually a pocket, and so I wanted to kind of line the pocket or trim it, so I put this here. I did a half hole punch. And then we have the star carol here. On the other side, I just added this star, put a verse there, somewhere to write on. And then this is more scrapbooking paper. I just thought it was so pretty. I didn't add anything to that side or that side. It's just for journaling. I also like this because I can add things to it as I do it. If I'm trying to be creative or thinking of something, I can add onto it if I wanted to. And then I just have this page here to journal with as well. Here is day 23. This I actually made a copy of. This is the front cover of a book that my daughter and I read together last year for Christmas. It's The Promise and the Light. It was such a great book. And then I used watercolor and kind of just went around it with watercolor. I went ahead and made this star paper back here. I did it by hand too because I don't have one of the embossing machines, so I used a mason jar and I sprayed it with water. I'll have to show you guys how I did it. It didn't turn out perfect, but you guys, it worked, and I didn't have to spend $40 to $100 on one of those little machines. So I did that just to kind of texture and put stars behind it. This actually opens up. It's one of my tea dyed papers, and it has just my word search and the pages, or the words to find there. And then I took this actually from one of my Bible apps, this verse. I did like a little love button here so that this can fold down. This is like a little pocket, and then this comes out. It has the this little light of mine. I have places where I could write on the back. I wanted to print this out from the book that I'm actually doing the Advent from. It's The Light of the World. So I printed that out, and I can just write around this. I could just like draw whatever I have on my mind when I'm doing this. And then I have spaces down here at the bottom to write as well. But this again is to kind of tuck so it doesn't move around. And I like putting stuff behind because when you move it, you can see it. So I went ahead, I should have done this first because this goes down in that little pocket there. And this goes in that little pocket. Or it's not a pocket. You guys know what I mean. Okay, so the next one here, it's getting hard to fold it open. So the next one here is my day 24. And this is, what is the name of this one? Angels Proclaiming the Coming of the Lord. So I did like a pouch here. And these wings I actually found at Goodwill. And I just thought they were so pretty. So I wanted to put this here. So I just kind of tuck that in for texture and just the whole, you guys, just this whole page comes together with these wings. I just think it's so cool. And then the lace that I got from Temu. So I could journal on here if I wanted to, or just leave it as is. I did these little pockets or pouches or belly bands of the song. I have some journaling pages there. And then this just comes out, you know, I don't know, it just matched. So I thought it'd be cute. I loved this paper. It's paper that I've had for a long time. And then here I did like a side pocket. So this is actually some scrapbook pages that I had that I just cut the images out and put them here. And then this, I cut these words out from these images or from the cardstock, and I added it. I cut these out of one of my cardstock pages of the angels singing. And I have my little index here. This is somewhere where I can write. And then this is a foam angel from the Dollar Tree. It's literally foam, you guys. I think it was like in the kids crafting. Oh, you know what? It's in the crafting or the Christmas crafting section. So when they pull everything out for Christmas and they have like all the kits, that was there. So I could write here. Now I glued this lace on crooked, so I added these little purple flowers to it. I did not know what to do to that. So it looks a little different, but I thought it'd be pretty with the angels. And then this is just a, like it has a paper clip in between because I used it for the other side and I needed to decorate it to kind of go along with this side as well. So I put this really pretty cardstock on it. Or this is actually just paper from Dollar Tree, or not Dollar Tree, Temu. Okay, so the last page is my day 25. And oh my gosh, this one's really hard to share. So this is actually, this comes off. That's to hold those in place. It's the birth of Jesus, day 25. This comes off. This is actually a hair clip from the Dollar Tree. I had all these little charms of Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus from Hobby Lobby. So I just attached it to this little thing that I had. And so I'm using it to hold this in because this comes out and this opens up and we have the 3 wise men, and that was actually a gift bag that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. Then I have Understanding the Story. This is cardstock that I had for years that went with the other cardstock that I was telling you about. And so I just wanted this to be very plain so you can see Joseph, Mary, and the baby Jesus. And then I just lined it with lace. I put this little Understanding the Story. And then here is Joy to the World lyrics. We have Away in the Manger, Gifts that the Wise Men Brought. This is God's Plan, the Son of Israel, the Town of Bethlehem. So these are all places I could write on. And then this just opens up and it explains Jesus is born. And then on the back, I just used ephemera pieces, cut printouts that I printed out from the internet, and then one of the verses. And so this literally just goes into this, and the hair clip there, and then this clip is the other side, see? So I just use this to hold this part down, and then I have just the cover going all the way around. So I wanted to share this with you guys as well. This is just like a little bookmark that I put together. I used the 2 wooden stars and distressed them, and then I just gathered ribbon that I had and I glued both the sides together. And then with this green, I just tied the bottom because see how it's fraying just because of the type of material it is. And then I wanted like a little chain type thing on it, so I went ahead and put these little beads on this elastic, and I put one of my little cross charms on it that I've had for a long time. I want to say the cross charm was purchased through Hobby Lobby, if I'm correct. But yeah, so this I just am going to keep inside the junk journal on whatever page I'm working on, so I can just easily turn to that page. But I wanted to make sure to share this with you guys because I almost forgot. So, but that is it, you guys. That is my junk journal. I'm not sure if you made it all the way through. It's a huge junk journal. I am going to try doing my own signatures because as you can see, using a composition book, it's hard because there's nowhere to grow here where the binding is. But I love it. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you guys found inspiration here with me today. You guys be safe, be blessed, and I hope to see you in the next one.